What's up, guys? I'm Rustin from RustmerTech.com, and this is video 2 of our Raspberry Pi 2 Scratch programming series. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about motion, how to get different motion effects, how to program motion in a game or any program. Now, as you can see on the screen here, I have Scratch open up on our Raspberry Pi. I'm using a Raspberry Pi 2. Now, if you want to follow along, you need a Raspberry Pi. It doesn't have to be a Raspberry Pi 2, you just need a Raspberry Pi, and you need to install Raspbian. After you install Raspbian, open up Scratch in the Start menu, Programming Scratch, then you can follow along. But yeah, we're going to work on motion today. So if you haven't worked with Scratch before, it's an awesome programming language. It was developed by MIT, and it's a visual programming language which uses blocks like these to create programs. It's very simple. You can just drag a block from this end, put it onto here, and these blocks have already code in them. You could alter these blocks and use them with other blocks to create programming. Probably the best, funnest way to program these days. And this is perfect for kids. Now, any ages basically. If you can comprehend how these blocks work, you can create a program, and kids will love it. It's perfect for experts. You can use it to interact with the Raspberry Pi's GPIO pins, create robots. People are using Scratch for like a million different projects. I love it. I love programming. I love the Raspberry Pi, so I figured why not create this video series. So yeah, let's get started. Now here you have a bunch of different tools on the top here. You have motion, looks, sound, pen, control, sensing operators, and variables. We're going to talk about everything in this series. Today we're going to worry about motion mainly. We're going to get to a few others, but motion is what we're going to work on. Now on the right here, this is a sprite. I think the sprite's name is Scratchy, and we can use the programming blocks here to interact with Scratchy here. We could have him do a lot of cool things like change color, move around the screen, and again in this video I'm going to show you how we can have him actually move around in the screen. It's pretty simple. Now if you can see my cursor here, my mouse, whenever I move the mouse on the bottom right, you're going to see the XY coordinates change. So a cool thing about this is wherever you move your mouse, you could record the location, and if you want Scratchy to move there, you can do it. Now let's say I want Scratchy to move down to over here, 160, X 160, Y 25. So all I have to do is drag this move, where is it here? Go to XY coordinates, drag it onto here. And I don't remember the exact coordinates. Let's just say 170 to -5. So on the X axis here, I'm going to type in 170 on my keyboard. And Y, let's say -5, doesn't matter. Then I'm going to just double click this and he should move. As you can see, he moved around. Now let's say I want him to move back to this point here. And this point is -17,101. So let's change this to -17 and Y101. Double click it and he moves to that coordinates. So that's one way we can interact with the sprites and have them move around. There are a lot of other things we can use. You could have him turn around, uh, go this way, go that way, glide. Pretty awesome. Now there are better ways to have the program move around instead of you clicking with your mouse on it. You can actually have the program start when you click, let's say, this flag here. So to do that, we go under Controls, and then we drag this when green flag clicked, and we put it on top of this code here. So we go back to motion. So what this is doing is, whenever this starts the program, whenever the green flag is clicked, the program will start. It'll start the code underneath it, so we don't have to keep clicking the different layers of code. So whenever I click the green flag, the program should start. So when I hit this green flag, it should go to -17,101. So I'm going to move it down to here, click on this green flag, and it moved up to -17,101, right? Pretty cool. Now we can do a lot of other things. We could actually have him glide instead of moving. We could have him glide. Let's just switch this, add this down here, right? Just change the code to glide was for how many seconds. We don't want him to glide for 1 second. We want him to glide for like 0.5, a half a second. And let's change, and it changed the X and Y coordinates for us. So I'm just going to take this block, move it here, move this one down, move this one to the left. We don't need it. Add this back onto here. So whenever I click the green flag, right, over here, it's going to glide, and it's going to take a half a second to get there. And it's going to glide to this coordinates here, X, -17, Y, 101. So let me hit this green flag, or click this green flag right now. All right. Let's just move him. Click the green flag. And as you can see, it glided up. So if I move him over here, I click on the green flag, it's going to glide to that point. So it looks more like he's walking, right? So we could do a lot of other cool things with this. So I can add other layers. So I'll add another glide code here, right? Add it underneath this one. Again, I want it to move exactly half a second to its destination, because I think 1 second is way too fast. So 0.5, right? Enter. This time I want the second location to be over here, right? So over here is 10x, y, -32. So 10 on the x, and let's say -152 on the y. Oops, -152. All right, so once I hit this green button here, it's going to move to 2 different locations, and it's going to glide. So I'm going to hit the green button here, and as you can see, move to those 2 locations. Another cool thing I want to talk about is we can add a pen effect with movement. So wherever he moved, it's going to draw like a line, and we could say underneath this when green flag is clicked, we could add pen down, right? And we could set we use this code here underneath it to set the pen color. Let's say I want this alien looking green, right? And we could also do a few other things, but let's just start and see what happens. So I'm going to click on this green flag. So it's drawing that green line, right? So let's have him draw like a full shape here. So now I'm going to have him move up until here, right? So up until here is 97.51. So I'm going to add another motion, right? And again, change the speed to 0.5. And I want the x coordinates to be 95 and the y -33. 95, -33. 95, -33. Let's start the program. Let's have him finish this triangle. So I want to go back to where is that? -16, 101. So we can add another glide over here. -16, then 101. I'm sorry, it was -17, but 16 will do. What else? Let's hit the green button. So it should somewhat complete this triangle. So we got it to do a shape. Now let's say we want him to go on forever, and we don't want him to stop. What we can do is we can go under control, all right, and we could add like a loop, and there's a forever loop, and this is the forever loop right here, and we can drag it between this group of codes here. So the way this is going to work, he's going to keep on moving because this is a forever loop until I press the red button. So once I hit the green button here, he should keep going until I hit this red button. As you can see, Scratchy is just moving along, drawing, and once I hit this red button, he will stop. So, this is awesome. Like things like this excite people, especially kids, to want to learn how to programming. And programming was always a stigma on it. It's too hard to do. It's boring. If you're doing stuff like this, it's not too hard, and it's pretty fun. So it brings out the enjoyment out of programming, especially for people that would not enjoy it otherwise. I love programming. I love programming since I was young. So it's brought back the enjoyment in programming for me. Again, you can use this programming language to create pretty much anything. Because since we're using the Raspberry Pi, we're going to have it interact with the Raspberry Pi. We're going to create robots. We're going to have a bunch of different classes. And I'm going to show you guys how to create a bunch of different things. Now, if you guys like this, please give me a like. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Rasim from RosmerTech.com, and thank you for watching.